What up, everybody? It's Monday night here, well sorted. Time for another shop tour. Thought I'd give you a little walk around, show you what we're working on today, and flip the camera so you can see the more interesting stuff than my ugly mug. Step one, the FJ40 we're in the middle of restoration on. So this tub just came back from paint. It's a 1977 mostly stock restoration. Just got out of the paint booth. We've got, as you can see, a little bit of brake parts going in. Getting ready to start laying in hard lines on the firewall. We'll be doing some wiring, and then shortly thereafter we'll drop this tub back on the frame and start really integrating the whole truck together. But yeah, it should be a cool one. Brand new sky blue paint on this original 77. We're looking like a cruiser shop definitely these days. This is a 1992 FJ80. We just pulled the 3FE motor out. This one has plans for diesel swap, so guys were working today, cutting off the motor mounts, grinding the frame rail a little bit, getting this thing ready. It is going to have a 1HDT, which requires the later model motor mount from an FZJ80, so a little bit of welding work, and then that thing will get dropped in here. But it's going to be a pretty cool, sweet build. I think the motor's hanging out over here behind it somewhere. Yeah, we've got a little bit of engine row going over here. So we got a 1HDT right here. That's the Toyota diesel. So all came straight from Japan. Got a little refresh with some bearings and some seals replaced and things like that. And it's going in. Just picked up a transmission here from our buddy Bino, specialty A442 that's going to go behind it. And, old used motors, other stuff around here. Back in this corner, an FZJ80, another engine swap project. We pulled the 1FZ you just saw out of this one. It had a kind of a nasty rod knock, so it's getting a heart transplant. And the owner, local guy here, actually near us and here in Buena Vista, has decided to go big. So we're going with basically a 500 horsepower LS. So this motor came out similar to the white truck. We got the motor mounts cut off. We got to do a little grinding and cleanup there. And we're getting ready to put the powertrain together, and then we'll stab it in there and start to get the fitment figured out on this guy. Over here on the hoist, that's actually my truck. We're getting ready to go to cruise Moab next week. So we'll be leading some trails, supporting the event. It's a little tamed down this year because of COVID rules, but doing a little brake maintenance, had some parking brake issues, so rebuilding the rear parking brake. And then just thorough inspection before we go hit the trails. We're going to be out in the San Rafael Swell with the guys from Cruiser Outfitters. We're going to do a trail lead on Hell's Revenge. We're going to lead a group out on Jack's Track. So kind of a busy week. The truck will be out, seeing a lot of action. So I always like to go through it beforehand. Swinging around, this frame, this chassis, goes with that blue tub over there we saw at the beginning. So already the 2F sitting in here. We've got the suspension on. Getting ready to do some brake lines on the frame tomorrow probably, and then basically waiting to drop the tub down on this guy, so it's getting pretty close. This FJ60 fresh off the startup last week of the E-Rod LS3, so we've been doing a little driving, putting a few miles on it. We're doing some touch-ups on the clutch adjustments. We're doing a little work on the brakes, bleeding the brakes, things like that, but basically mileage accumulation right now on this one. So we're shaking it down. It's going to get some bumpers, going to get some tires, and then she'll be ready to go home to the owner. CJ5 Project's been kind of quiet this week. We hope to get to that in the next few weeks. We got some welding and some parts to install. You see the boxes stacking up in the back there. This is an interesting one. Local customer. This is a early Chevy Colorado and one of the rare ones that has an LS motor. So this had a 5.3. Last year we put this blower on for him. It's got a pretty healthy little blower setup, makes, I think, around 500 horsepower in its current tune. And his 4L60E is already on the way out. So he's getting a new transmission. And over here in transmission row, we've got a few lined up. But these two black ones are both 6L80Es. One slated for the black LandCruiser and one slated for this Colorado. And so we're putting the 6L80E in place with the 4L, doing a little conversion there, and then the Cruiser will get one, and that third trans over there is the dead 4L that came out of it. So that's kind of what's going on right now. Interesting stuff. Hope you guys are digging it. Keep following along. Let us know if you got any questions or comments. Thanks.